Hi Year 6, hopefully you've had another look at our haka and let's get ready for week 2, okay? So let's hope you're ready, let's hope you've done your warm-up, you've done your stretching and we are ready to go. So I'm just going to share my screen with you so we can carry on where we left off last week. So what we are going to do this week, we're going to have another look and refresh our haka brains. Okay, so we're going to think about why the haka is performed. We know, have a little think in your head. Okay, we're going to read through a traditional haka, okay, so we can understand and be able to pronounce the language as accurately as we can. We're going to have a good old chant and we're going to see which movements are linked to which word. Okay, so let's have a little look. Again, we're going to have a little reminder of what the haka looks like. Okay, so who's performing the haka? Yep, the rugby team, the New Zealand All Blacks. Okay, and they're doing it, aren't they, to try and intimidate their opponents so they hopefully win the match. So we're going to watch it one more time, okay, and see, take good notice of their faces, the aggression that they're using, the slapping and the stamping, okay, to try and be as scary as possible. So let's have a little look. This is the captain, and he's the one who leads the chant. So they're up against Wales, and Wales have to just stand and watch. Would you feel intimidated? Would you be a bit scared with these All Blacks chanting and slapping and pulling these faces in front of you? Is it going to put you off? Here we go. Right. You've got no choice but to stand and watch. Look at their nice wide stance. Look how wide their legs are. Fist to the floor. Almost ape-like. Flapping those forearms. Some of them will stick their tongues out and show some really scary faces. Slapping of the elbows, slapping of the chest, slapping of the thighs. Sticking, look at those faces. Slowly creeping forward. So let's have a little recap then. Who was performing the haka? Yes, the New Zealand rugby team, the All Blacks. Okay, so why do you think they were doing it at the start of the game? We know this. Yep, to scare and intimidate the opposition. Okay, to put them off their flow. So they get all flustered and a little bit scared of them. So when they come to that rugby match, they're on the back foot. Okay, so that's the purpose. And the purpose also as well, it's a tradition for these guys. It's their traditional dance, okay? It's their war cry, okay? So it's really traditional for those rugby players and those people from that country to do that. Even if they have members of the team who may not have originated as a Maori, they still take on those traditions, okay? And what are the key movements and sounds? Okay, so I think we saw definitely a lot of chanting, and we'll talk about that in a moment. They do a lot of slapping of the thighs, slapping of the elbows, opposite hand to elbow. Their legs are always very wide, aren't they, with their knees pointing outwards. And that's to make them look as big and as wide and as scary and as intimidating as possible. Okay, it's all about the visual. Okay, so kamate. So these are some of the words in a traditional haka, and we're going to take a section of it that we can then perfect and perform. So there's lots and lots of different movement. Okay, so we have slapping the hands against the thighs. So we know that they stand very wide apart, and I'm just going to move you over here so you can see. So bear with. Right, so we have the slapping of the hands against the thighs with those hands and legs very far apart. So get up and have a go. Slapping against the thigh. They puff out their chest. Okay, so they're taking lots of big deep breaths. Okay, they bend their knees. Okay, they stamp their feet, and they don't lift their feet very high to stamp. They do little stamps. Okay, but really heavy. Okay, so let's move on. So this is what some of it means. Kamate, kamate means I die, I die. Okay, let's hope they don't. Kaora, kaora, I live, I live. Okay. Kamate, kamate, I die, I die. Kaora, kaora, I live, I live. So the meaning of this then, all this is to say this is the fierce, powerful man who caused the sun to shine again for me. Up the ladder, up to the top, the sun shines, rise. So that is a full haka, and we're going to do a section of it. Okay, so I want you to really think about the stance. I want you to stand up and I want you to show me that wide stance, feet apart, knees bent. Okay, like that. That is how we need to start and perform our kata. Haka, should I say kata? We're not doing karate. Right, here we go. So this is the bit I want you to focus on this week. And this is the bit that I would like you to practice, because this is the bit you are going to perform. So let's read it first. Kamate, kamate. And see how the words are broken up with those hyphens? That's to make the rhythm of the words. So we're not doing kamate, we're doing kamate. So it's broken up into 3 bits. Okay? Kara, kara. Kamate, kamate, kara, kara. Aupe ane, akopane. Okay, they are your words. Now, as you can see from this slide, there are certain movements that are linked to those words. And these are the things I need you to practice this week so we can put some movement together. Okay, so the first bit is the kamate. Kamate is the slapping of the thigh. So you do 1 slap, kamate, kamate. And then the kara is 2 slaps of the chest, and that's with both hands. Kara, kara. And then the kamate again. Can you remember what movement that is? Yeah, the slap of the thighs. Kamate, kamate. Kara again. Kara, kara. Remembering this wide stance all of the time. Upane. So right hand to there. Upane. Upane. It says right hand, slide the left hand up. So if you want to take it up, you can, or you can just take it to the elbow. It's fine. Okay, and then we've got akopane is obviously the other side. You've got 2 slaps. Kamate, kamate, kora, kora. Kamate, kamate, kora, kora. Then you've got aupane, aupane. Okay, so when you look at this video again, you can pause it and you can go through that. Okay, so that is what we're going to do. Okay, so your task this week is to learn those words, try and chant them and try and get that movement to match. Okay, right. So now it's your turn. Okay, so have a little go, have a practice, and I'll see how you get on next week. Okay, well done Year 6, practice hard. Want to see those chants nice and loud. Here we go. Goodbye.